and she's buying a stairway to heaven.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 songs that will give you chills.
As the world caves in.
For this list, we'll be looking at songs that give listeners goosebumps from intense emotions, whether happy, sad, or a haunting, poignant mix. We're excluding songs written for movies or the stage. So don't expect to dream a dream or peek over the rainbow, as those showstoppers deserve their own list.
Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue.
What song makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end? Let us know in the comments. Let's go. Number 10. The House of the Rising Sun, The Animals. In the age-old tradition of the venerable ghost story, the origins of this blues folk song are unknown. Following early recordings by folk singers like Woody Guthrie, Joan Baez, and Bob Dylan, Rising Sun reached its widest audiences in 1964, recorded and released by The Animals.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun.
The strum of a clean electric arpeggio, coupled with an organ that would sound at home in an abandoned cathedral, set the scene. New Orleans, where a gambler's luck has finally run out.
Tell your children not to do what I have done.
The high notes of pure desperation, exploding from singer Eric Burdon's lungs, are met only with exuberant organ solos and the hopeless repetition of the song's opening lyrics. The plea is a dark cautionary tale about ruin in an unforgiving Sin City. Number 9. Hello, Adele. There are arguably few voices that can carry the weight of heartbreak quite as powerfully as that of Adele Atkins.
Hello, it's me.
Here, her vocals dreamily reach for the memory of a lost love, with little expectation of any answer.
There's such a difference between us and a million miles.
When she can't take it anymore, Adele delivers strong, resounding high notes with the intensity of a stadium amplifier turned up to 11, and our skin cells tingle from the vibration.
So hello from the other side.
This piano ballad consists of only 2 verses and 3 cycles through the destitute chorus, perhaps because Adele knew our heartstrings just couldn't take any more. Hello is a nostalgic reminder that no matter how many times we call, sometimes that red light on the answering machine of the past just keeps on blinking.
It clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore.
Number 8. Tears in Heaven, Eric Clapton. Even without knowing the devastating backstory, you can feel pain born from tragedy in every note of Tears in Heaven. Clapton and his guitar seem to weep together as one heavy heart, as a crying steel guitar joins the procession, grieving a loved one gone too soon.
Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven?
After the deaths of both friend Stevie Ray Vaughan and Clapton's 9-year-old son Connor, Clapton somehow found the strength to pick up his guitar again and compose this lament, which fittingly contemplates the afterlife and what it might feel like to stand in the presence of the souls we've lost.
I can break your heart, have you begging, please.
It's an existential lullaby that might just make you feel like devoted spirits from beyond are standing in the room beside you in comfort.
'Cause I know I don't belong here in heaven.
Number 7. Sinner Man, Nina Simone. Sinner Man gained recognition as a traditional spiritual song, first appearing on folk and gospel recordings in the 1950s. Enter Nina Simone, who transformed Sinnerman into a one-word title and ambitiously expanded the song's runtime to a lofty 10 minutes.
Oh, Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Cinnamon, where you gonna run to?
The song tells of someone on the run who seeks shelter of the Lord, only to be told to go to the devil. Simone's urgent pleas, a frantic piano, and scrambling cymbal percussion all jostle to tell their own version of this doomed runaway's adventure.
So I ran to the river, it was bleeding to run to the sea.
The auditory chase reaches an exhausting cacophony that collapses into deafening silence, leaving us feeling like our skin is crawling with the breath of a menacing pursuer.
So I ran to the devil, he was waiting, I ran to the devil.
Number 6, Hurt, Johnny Cash. Sometimes chills come from the exact right sound, rousing us from numbness, waking up dormant emotions. Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails penned this song about that very sensation.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel.
Hurt certainly stirred something in country legend Johnny Cash, who asked Reznor if he could cover the song. Cash's signature deep voice and the movingly deep sincerity with which he uses it makes this cover a vividly harrowing interpretation. So much so that even Reznor himself stated, "That song isn't mine anymore."
And you could have it all. My empire of dirt.
The man in black, who was 71 years old at the time and suffering health problems, would sadly pass away just 7 months after the recording. But fortunately, he left behind an immortal piece of himself to be there in our times of darkness.
I would find a way.
Number 5, Landslide, Fleetwood Mac. Just Stevie Nicks and her acoustic guitar walk us through this landscape of lyrical imagery, a bittersweet love letter to the passage of time and the ways it can change a person.
And I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills.
Nicks wrote the song while looking out at the Rocky Mountains and contemplating the landslide of tumultuous events in her life and strenuous relationship with her band.
But time made you bolder, children get older.
Landslide has since been covered by several artists, and its words and haunting melody consider our relationship with the past and universal apprehension about the future. The tone and vibrato in Nicks's voice is intimate and vulnerable, making you feel like you're up on that mountain with her, looking out over the landscape of your life and wondering what's next.
Well, the landslide will bring you down, down.
Number 4, The Sound of Silence, Simon and Garfunkel. Hello, Darkness, My Old Friend is one of the most iconic opening lines in modern music. Coupled with the mesmerizing harmony of Art Garfunkel's voice, it's gone on to inspire goosebumps upon many an epidermis.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
The song has been recorded with several different arrangements, but the most powerful are also the most basic, where the instruments are fewer and the focus is on the vocals. The quiet consonance of Art and Paul's singing is certainly expressive, but we also have to salute David Draymond and Disturbed's ghostly reimagining, where Draymond's voice holds on to the high notes for dear life and lifts them into otherworldly octaves.
People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening.
Whichever version one prefers, when the dust settles in the aftermath of this audible tempest, the quiet is deafening.
And whispered in the sounds of silence.
Number 3, I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston. Can one single note be enough to make a great song instantly identifiable? When it springs from the pipes of Miss Whitney Houston, we think so.
I'll think of you every step of the way.
Now widely known as the hit single from the 1992 film The Bodyguard, I Will Always Love You was originally written by Dolly Parton as a heartfelt send-off to a former business partner.
But above all of this, I wish you love.
Houston, however, boldly made the song her own. Her a cappella singing at the beginning is just light preparation for the vocal attack at the chorus, where she unleashes all of her energy and passion. Hearts and champagne glasses alike shatter. The hypnotic ode to undying love topped the charts all over again after Houston's tragic death in 2012, and its imperishable hold on our senses continues to stand the test of time.
And I will always love you.
Number 2, Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin. The opening to what is possibly one of the greatest rock tracks of all time could well be called the guitar notes heard around the world. There's a reason Wayne and Garth warned us about playing them in public.
No stairway. Denied.
Written like a myth from ages gone by, and in fact inspired by Celtic lore, the enigmatic words to Stairway sparked from Robert Plant's creative subconscious, as if the melody and story came from ethereal realms.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold.
The sound, fitting for a grim fairy tale, begins softly, and as we wind on down the road, the music expands into a fantastical world of rock and spiritual imagery.
If there's a bustle in your head show, don't be alarmed.
It ends with one of the most unforgettable a cappella lines ever. Legendary in its composition and eternal in its saga, Stairway to Heaven is a perfect blend of epic fantasy and spiritual adventure.
I'm not rewinding down the road. I shadow stolen and I sold.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. As the world caves in, Matt Maltese. Is there anything more haunting than holding on to your loved one at the end of the world? How to Disappear Completely, Radiohead. The disquieting sound feels like floating through a psychedelic dream.
And I'm not here.
This Woman's Work, Kate Bush. Kate Bush captures the unimaginable terror of childbirth gone wrong.
I know you have a little life in you yet. I know you have a lot of strength left.
Angel, Sarah McLachlan. A song about loss, longing, and searching for peace after tragedy.
You're in the arms of the angel.
Purple Rain, Prince. Who can ever forget Prince playing Purple Rain in the rain?
Only wanna see you laughing, yeah, in the purple rain.
Want more music content? WatchMojo produces an original podcast taking a behind-the-scenes look at all things music. The show provides authentic interviews with artists from all around the world, while also staying true to WatchMojo's roots with top 10 music banter thrown into the mix. What's the best advice Alice Cooper's ever given you? Looking back at the staying power, does it shock you?
No, we have naked pictures of the right people.
If you want exclusive interviews with award-winning artists, producers, singers, songwriters, check out Inner Sleeve.
Number 1, Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen. Devoted Mojoholics will note that we've honored Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah a few times already.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord.
That version definitely brought the sad feels, but when looking for the chills, we had to bring it back to Leonard Cohen's OG. Either an ode or a lament, depending on how you see it, this classic is thematically open to interpretation, perhaps contributing to its many reinventions.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Cohen's gravelly voice avoids extravagant high notes in favor of raw and emotionally vulnerable sound. He originally wrote 80 verses, but cut that down to a half a dozen, suggesting that the song's soulful message might never truly be complete.
And from your lips she drew the hallelujah.
According to Cohen, many different hallelujahs exist, but his idiomatic folk rock original will capture the complexities of our hearts for generations to come.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.